This is Marcus Washington with the Georgetown-Syracuse Preview. Now, this used to be the biggest game in the Big East when Syracuse was still in the Big East. Now, of course, they're in the ACC. The Warriors are looking to break a 4-game losing streak after another heartbreaking loss against Butler, where they had a 10-point first half lead. Yet again, this is the 15th time in Ewing's tenure that Georgetown's have a double-digit lead in a game and that they've lost. So this is something that they need to shore up. But Syracuse might be what the doctor ordered. That zone defense plays right into some of the things that Georgetown likes to do on offense. They'll be able to spread out the floor with their three-point shooters. You can get a short corner. You can go high-low against Syracuse's zone. One of the things that you have to look for is getting on the offensive boards. Pitt got 20 offensive rebounds against Syracuse the last time out. They had guys diving in. Their bigs were able to sneak in from the weak side and able to get offensive rebounds and stickbacks. So that's something that Georgetown will need to do to extend possessions. They'll also need to push up the ball sometimes to get by Syracuse even setting up the zone. It's something that head coach Patrick Ewing talked about yesterday when he met with the media. But that zone defense is not going to be the problem that it has been for other teams when Georgetown comes to town. They are tailor-made to play against it with how they play. It'll allow them to miss three-point shots. It'll allow them to jump into the gaps and get into the zone. It'll allow them to do those things that they cannot do against man defenses, especially good defensive teams in the Big East. So look for Georgetown to be able to get over that magical 70-point mark tonight. Now, on the other end, Georgetown might struggle a bit because Syracuse really loves to play that 4-out 1 high that keeps the lanes open behind the defense. They will be able to drive with guys like Griffin and Guerrier. Those guys will have driving lanes tonight. Georgetown would need to be in help side defense and yet be able to close out on the shooters like Buddy Boeheim. So it's going to be a challenge on that end. Another thing that Syracuse likes to do in their natural action, they like to play high screen and roll against the opponent's bigs. That means Wahab will be pushed out to the perimeter in screen and roll action. How Georgetown handles that also will be a key. If they pinch in, look for Syracuse to kick it to the corners and kick it to the wings for a three-point shot. If they don't kick in, Wahab has to move his feet. Either he has to jam the guy coming off in a high screen block, or he's going to have to fade back and be able to protect the front of the rim. Either way, Georgetown's defense will be the key on how they will be able to win this game and keep Syracuse off the boards, keep Syracuse from getting kick-out threes, keep Syracuse from getting the front of the rim. So from a strategic point of view, Ewing has two things that are working in his favor. He has the offensive rebounds, and he has the idea that he can play high-low and play at a pace that he likes. But on the other end, he has two problems. He has Syracuse's ability to spread out the offense, and he has Syracuse's ability to go out here and play screen and roll, taking Wahab or any other big man of Georgetown's out of the lane. My prediction for the night, hey, Warriors get back on the winning side. They win tonight 77-72 over Syracuse. They break the 4-game losing streak, and they go, and even though they're not closing down Manley Fieldhouse, it'll be just as big of a win.